we are going to have multiple servlet and multiple HTML, but for what HTML, what servlet have to be get called, we have to establish some relationship. So this relationship is going to be established through web.xml file that is also on server. Where is that XML extension file? So this one is right inside your web.inf folder. So in SRC we have main, inside main we have Java and web app, inside web app we have web.inf, inside web.inf we have web.xml. Remember the point where I told you to check mark when we are creating this project? If you don't remember, let me revise you. We have created this dynamic web project. We have given some name. We'll go on next and next. When you created on this generate web.xml deployment descriptor, this is the point where this web.xml get added into our project. If we are not going to check mark on this and continue without doing this, in this project in SRC main web app web.inf we are not getting web.xml file. Now let's delete this. That's why that tick mark is important. So in web.xml what we have to configure, we have to configure the relationship between HTML and servlet. For what's HTML, which servlet is going to be get called. So this relationship is going to be established in web.xml. So let's just open this one. This is not going to open like this. Let's try another way to open this. Open with generic text editor. Yeah, this one is right. So you can see we have welcome tags here, welcome file. So web.xml is also responsible to run this index.html. If we are going to change this index.html into something else, and we are going to try to run this index.html, it is going to run from here. But if we will try to run it from here, it is not going to run. You can see this, but from on the page of HTML, if you will try, then it is going to get run. Why this is happening? Suppose you are going to any website, then there are some common things like which page have to be represented to the client first. So that's the entry point of the website. So index.html naming convention is considered as the default one for the entering any website. But you can also change that. But then you also have to configure something in the background like in web.xml. Let's understand this. Whenever you are going on any website, then there have to be some common things like which page is going to be displayed first to the client. So that is basically getting configured right here in web.xml. If we have HTML, that has to be first reflected to the client side. Then in welcome file, we have to name it on first position. So suppose someone is entering on our web application, then they are going to get reflected with this index.html first. But if we messed up our file names right here, then our web application get confused which page have to be get reflected to the client first. So you have to name your file on first position in welcome file list so that it can get reflected first to the client. And you can remove other tags also if you are getting bothered because of those. what we are here to do. So we are here to do is to make a relationship between HTML and servlet for what HTML which servlet have to be get called. So do so, we have some tags in web.xml. You have to hard code these tags. You have to learn these tags. This is not hard. This is again just 4 to 5 lines of codes. So the tags are servlet. Inside servlet, we have servlet name, which can be anything. I provided name in between these two tags. This is how this works. Servlet class inside servlet class you have to provide which servlet class you want to call. So our servlet class is servlet1. Let's configure it. Servlet1. Next tag we have to use is servlet mapping tag, and in servlet mapping tag we also have two tags. First one is servlet name and the second one is URL pattern. So what you have to put in servlet name, exactly same as you put in first one. Inside servlet name tag you have to put the, you have to just copy this tag right here, exactly same one. And in servlet class tag we have to provide servlet name, and one which is left is URL pattern. In URL pattern we have to provide HTML action, that is text that we have written. It can be anything, maybe test2. Just copy it and paste it in URL pattern. So we have configured our HTML relationship with servlet1. So it is showing some error. You can simply close this and reopen this. We have to open this one is like this. It is still showing error because whenever we are providing name of servlet in servlet class we have to provide fully qualified name. What is fully qualified name? Fully qualified name is last name with the package. So the package is coding mirchi web.xml coding mirchi servlet. This is not servlet mapping, this is servlet. And this is also not syntax, this is open tag. Servlet get open, servlet get closed. Now it is fine. Let's understand this. So in servlet tag we have two tags, servlet name and servlet class. In servlet mapping we have also servlet name and URL pattern. So this servlet name have to be same in both servlet and servlet mapping tags. And in servlet class we have to provide fully qualified name of this servlet. And in URL pattern we have to provide form action from HTML. So when this form action is getting called, this corresponding servlet have to be respond. So it is the relationship between HTML and servlet. Another thing you have to keep in mind that you have to provide URL pattern preceding with forward slash like this. So when you run, let's try to run this. We are running our HTML. We are here on our HTML response page. We are going to provide some numbers. When we are going to click on add, then our this form action is called, and for this form action, when it is going to called, we are calling this servlet. Let's see it is working or not. Add, and we got our two output. So we successfully run our first servlet. We deployed it on server, and we also got the output without any exception or errors.